What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Fallout video, and right off the bat, let's talk about the title of this video. I am done with Fallout 4. Now, this is not entirely clickbait, but it's also not true. All it means and what I wanted to talk about in this video is that I consider myself to be completely done with Fallout 4, at least to my standards. Just so you guys get an idea of what I'm talking about, I finished the game at level 96 with 186 hours in one character. I have discovered for the most part every single location almost. If you happen to know how many locations there are exactly, I've discovered 398 areas, and that's really a lot. I don't know if that includes all the DLCs which I beat, but if it does, there you go, 398 locations. That's crazy. That's almost 400 locations. I think I completed about 200 quests in total, and funny enough, 100 of them are Preston Garvey's quests. Those goddamn Minuteman quests, they actually never do end. They're just infinite. They'll never stop, so I've played so many of them. Anyway, those are the main things I try to do in a game like Fallout. Find most of the locations, get to a high-ass level, and do a shit ton of quests. So after getting level 96 and finding most of the map, I feel pretty satisfied. Like, I tried playing the game twice ever since I've considered myself done with the game, and I couldn't think of anything fun to do. The only thing I could have thought of is stuff with the settlement, and I didn't really feel like doing that. And I also had the same feeling with Fallout 3. When I completed the main story and I got max level, I couldn't think of anything fun to do. But the difference with Fallout 4 is I had to do so much more things and get to a higher level for me to get this feeling. So in that argument, I give this one to Fallout 4, but we're not really talking about that, so let's just continue. Fuck, man. Speaking of the settlement system, I've spent at least a good 30 to 50 hours building shit. I don't know the time exactly, but it's just a good guess. But either way, the settlements aren't enough for me to come back to Fallout 4. But there's actually two things that would bring me back to Fallout 4. The first one is just restarting with a new character and just play with a different build like Melee or something, because, you know, I was just a shooting character. And the second one I'll tell you guys later because it's more interesting, and I feel like being an asshole because it's more fun, so I deal with it. You guys know I'm just playing. I'm not that much of a dick, or am I? But for real, in the long future, I may return to this game with a female build with Melee, because that's the opposite of what I did in my first playthrough. I used guns with a male character. I know, surprise, surprise, I'm very special. I'm the only one who did that. But the melee combat in Fallout 4 seems really fun and completely different from just shooting stuff. I don't know, I might do that in a few years or something, but since I beat Fallout 4, I'm just looking forward to playing other games. And since we're on the topic of other games, I'm curious how many Fallout players have played the Elder Scrolls games. Lately, I've been pretty interested in the Elder Scrolls games. Obviously, Skyrim and even Oblivion, and a little bit kinda Morrowind. After playing Fallout, I'm more open to certain RPGs, specifically Bethesda's RPGs. I see some similarities in Fallout and the Elder Scrolls, so I want to see the differences by playing the games myself. I already know some of the obvious differences, like there's no guns and magic and shit, like fireball, lightning bolt and shit. But yeah, Skyrim looks really fun, but to be honest, I'm not ready for another 200-hour plus experience. I just want to play a shorter experience for a while. Like right now, I'm already playing the BioShock games, and pretty soon I want to play like Metro and other few 30-hour or less shorter experiences. Just because I could play a game and go, you know, move on to the next game. I just want to do that for a little bit. Anyway, back to Fallout 4. So aside from me playing another type of character, the other thing that I could do that'll bring me back on Fallout 4 is mods, and this is when the juicy stuff starts to happen. If any of you watch some of my recent Fallout videos, I've mentioned a few times that after I beat Fallout 4 and its DLCs, I would start to mess around with mods and start a mod showcase series. You know, just like the old times. But I'm not ready to do that yet, not at this moment. I'm just finally relaxing, you know, that I'm finished with Fallout 4. And I know it sounds like I'm making Fallout 4 sound like a chore or a hard-ass job, but you know how RPGs can be sometimes. Some people can't stop playing them until they're done or satisfied. And that's how I feel with Fallout 4. I had my long, hard, fun experience and I'm done. I'm ready to move on to my next long, hard experience. Even though that's not really true. I'm looking for a shorter and sweeter experience. Size doesn't matter, but the mods will be fun to mess with though. I wanted to find newer mods that have enough content to base a whole video around. Like, I've seen people add cool new areas and buildings. That's what I'm mostly looking for. But, for example, if a mod adds a bunch of cool new weapons, you know, I could make a whole video about, I would showcase that too. I haven't looked at what the community could do for mods yet. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, or I guess I'll have to wait and see. I'm sure some of you guys know. Something else I wanted to bring up is that I'm still really interested in Fallout 4 even after beating it. Usually when I want to get into a game, I watch a whole bunch of videos beforehand. Like right now I want to get into BioShock and I'm just now getting into it. I'm just now starting to play it. So I'm learning more about the game as I play it. That's just how I am. I like to be aware of things that are happening in the game, you know, get an upper hand. That's just how I am. But for Fallout's case, I've always found videos more interesting. I think it's because I'll officially never leave Fallout. Like, even when I beat the game, I'll return to it sometime. I know I'm definitely going to replay Fallout 3 and probably Fallout 4, and I still have to play Fallout New Vegas, so there's still a lot more Fallout for me to play in the future. I feel like I have this special bond with Fallout. I know it sounds weird, but like when I'm going to be playing Skyrim, for a good while, I'll just be thinking of and comparing the game to Fallout, how they're similar. And I'm sure it's the other way around if you play the Elder Scrolls first and then Fallout. Fallout's just my type of game. There seriously needs to be more RPG shooters out there, especially with an open world and the freedom that Fallout has. I'm honestly surprised that there isn't. I know there's games like Rage and even The Division, but I don't know. If I were to develop a game, my first try would be like in a similar experience as Fallout, but not copying it at the same time. Like, imagine if there was a Fallout type game with a theme of like space or way back in the past, because you know Fallout's in the future. I don't know. Just some ideas I have that would maybe work, and maybe even multiplayer. Like, imagine a multiplayer Fallout that would work. I mean, you guys know how I like to ramble on with my ideas, so you guys get the idea. Anyway, that's where I am with Fallout 4 right now. Honestly, at this point of the video, I'd proudly say that Fallout 4 is one of the best experiences I've ever had in a game ever. I know some people will think I'm crazy and I have no taste in games, but to those people I say, fuck you, man, people got different opinions. I'm done with Fallout 4, so I don't feel like defending it anymore. Plus, being a hater's pretty gay, so like if a 30-year-old thought Minecraft was the best game ever, hey man, that's okay. You be you. I admit it's a little weird, but that's none of my business, you feel me? So, yeah, I had a ton of fun with Fallout 4 for the past 5 months, and this is me saying goodbye. I'm putting Fallout 4 to rest. Fallout 4 is dead. I'm closing its eyes and letting it rest forever. Goodbye, Fallout 4. At least until I get mods. Peace.